All right, guys, welcome to my next episode. This is my 1 year anniversary episode.
Oh, yeah, some energy.
Yes,
Good stuff.
yes,
Good stuff.
1 year anniversary. This is my 18th episode, and I got a good friend of mine, Brad Blair, on. He is the owner of the Pacific Tanning brand tanning salons. We grew up in elementary, junior high, high school together, and as long as I've known Brad, Brad's always been a leader. He always carried himself like a leader, and
I tried.
definitely did, man. And like fresh out of high school, I remember you opened up your tanning salon. So,
Yeah.
it was impressive. Absolutely. It was something that other people looked at you like, wait, hold on. I want to do something like that maybe,
Yeah.
So you definitely inspired many growing up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But introduce yourself, Brad. Tell us who you are, you know.
I'm Brad, basically from out of Mastic, New York, Long Island, Suffolk County. Younger days, back in the days, before even the high school days, I could say that, growing up, I was very different, very unique. I didn't like to be like nobody else. And I kind of was a loner. I really didn't have many friends actually growing up. And then through the process of growing up, kids can be mean.
Yeah.
I've been through that whole stage of being bullied and battered, beat up, all that stuff. But my mother always taught me well. I gotta commend my parents. They're amazing, and they basically said that whole statement of sticks and stones may break bones, but names will never hurt you.
Yeah.
So no matter what happened throughout my growth of the younger days, I had this thing about me. I can get beat up word-wise or put to the test. But then when it kind of transitioned for me to and find out who I was, my self-awareness, I guess in the younger days was sports. Soccer was my thing.
Yeah, I remember
I was, a crazy soccer player. But then I did lacrosse. I did hockey.
We wrestled. I wrestled with you.
Yep, wrestling. That's
where I met
a whole
you.
nother sport. Wrestling is an individual, but then they have the team.
Yep.
Kind of numbers you got to get in the points, but it really is an individual. You got to go out there and really test yourself. So probably the hardest practice I ever did was wrestling.
Yeah.
Wrestling was no other kind of practice.
The best. I love it. I mean, I took a lot from my wrestling practices, for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
I would lose 5 pounds in 2 hours. Oh, water weight.
Yeah.
But I would go crazy, and I would love it. But, through those time frames growing up, I'd love to ride a bike, do the whole woods thing, make jumps, skateboard. They don't have that now. That's all changed.
Yeah.
All those good days are gone.
Unfortunately.
But, I was okay in school. Not the best. I kind of sat next to the smart people. That's how I got through.
Oh, yeah.
72-point grade point average. But... it is what it was, and I had a couple close, good friends. Not many. I always say people got 5 friends, and I always hold up 4 fingers because not everybody's your friend. You learn that the hard way.
Very true.
But I kind of, ate shit and smiled through a lot of my growing up, I guess. And I loved to just be different and unique. I didn't want to be like anybody else. I was always okay with being the underdog.
Yeah.
And I knew I would always succeed and get through school, even though I really didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I always did a homework. Never missed one homework.
Okay.
Never. And the teacher said, if you want to get through high school and through school, just do your homework. So that's what I did.
That's it.
And, here we are, continuing through that whole process of growing up. I'm lucky and fortunate to have the parents behind me, my mom, my dad.
Very
so
important.
they definitely paved the way a little bit for me. My father being a salesperson for pianos, my mom an RN nurse.
Okay.
Both of my king and my angels,
Yeah, absolutely. The foundation is your parents, and how you were brought up is definitely a reflection of what you become.
Yeah.
And you're successful, very successful.
Yeah. I mean, I did wrong things, but we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. Absolutely. So how did it all start for you when you decided that you wanted to open up your tanning salons?
Well, believe it or not, the entrepreneurship I didn't know until years later. After opening up the salons in school, I would sell the blow pops.
No doubt.
I would also go to the ice cream truck and get the fortune cookie gum, buy the box from them because you can't get it anywhere else but the ice cream truck, and I would sell them in school.
Yeah.
Then I started also buying knockoff kicks of Air Force Ones, highs and lows. I made a book actually out of it. I was selling them in school. I would collect the money, then order them. All the Burberry, I would love to somehow create and build, and I didn't know that until later on. And then through high school, or a little bit before high school, I met my social life.
Mm-hmm.
Everything changed.
No doubt.
Went down a bad path, good path.
Young,
yeah,
exploring.
young, yeah, basically trying everything. Let's put it that way,
Okay.
and trying to figure out what I wanted to become. Didn't know, and I was fine. And then, I got into, still doing soccer, and then having, getting out of high school and then going into college, Suffolk. It just wasn't for me. I went for computer information systems.
Okay.
And then I was there for 3 semesters, and then I decided this is not for me. Just dropped out, and then I had a Ford Explorer. I had to pay for the truck, insurance, whatnot. Parents still helping me, but I still had to survive somehow and learn independence,
Right.
which I never really had that. My parents always gave me a lot. They were always there. And then it came to later on down the road.
How old would you say you were at this point?
Let's see, graduated 19, 21, 22.
Okay.
Is when I woke up one Sunday morning living on Forest Avenue in Shirley, and I wanted to open up a business. And I had information on tanning salons, cell phones, laundromat. I was doing landscaping also. I had 13 homes at like 14 years old. And I would go to their house, mow the lawn, do their leaves. During the snow season, I would plow or shovel their driveway. But that apartment, I remember I'm waking up that morning and I wanted to open up a business. So I went to my parents. I didn't really have much. I had a lot of credit card debt.
Yeah.
I was like 70 grand in credit card debt. No joke. I was living off a credit card. It's horrible.
Oh,
But at that time, I asked my parents and they said no. They actually turned around and said no. And then that next morning, I went to Riverhead. I certified for a business name. Went and drove all around Suffolk just to find locations.
Okay.
I didn't know nothing. I had a green book, calling up and saying, what is rent?
Right.
What's square foot? What is this duck system they call? Like, I knew nothing.
Yeah.
And going through that process, just asking questions was such a key. I've learned now down the road, questions of I don't know these answers to.
Right.
What is this? What is that? Writing it down. And then eventually my father saw something in me, a fire, and he's like, we're going to back him up a little bit. So I took a younger when I was 2.5. I was bit by a dog mold at a dog show. My parents raised in show dogs. During that, there was some funds I was able to create from a lawsuit. They kept that open for me to then take at an age of being 18, 19. And then obviously at that time I had some. So I put all of the rest of it into that.
Okay.
Because during the process from around that 18 to that 22, I was legally involved with some drink and drive and stuff, which is just not fun. Right. I learned that now. I'm sober almost a year, which is great.
Good for you.
Phenomenal.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
everything has changed. And, so I had somewhat of a entrepreneurship tendencies, habits, not knowing it until later on.
Right, it was in you.
Yeah, I mean, I love to create, even remote control trucks and cars. I was always doing that, and slot cars. I was doing that, and I was competitive.
Yeah,
I like to win. Their first place is first place. Second sucks. And that's just how I've.
And entrepreneurship is like that. You're in
100%.
Competition with yourself to be better.
Yep.
And even the competition, if there's competition out there, you want to be better than them, and and that's what you did. You created the best tanning salon on the island.
Yeah.
And you have how many locations?
I have 4 now. We opened up the first one 2001, August 28th. I remember my first customer.
2001.
2001.
Wow.
So going on 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that first one, then after that was 3 years, opened up Rocky Point. So we got Selden, Rocky Point. Then 10 years during the process, try to get the Shirley location. Shirley was a process because they call it a white box.
Okay.
You go into a building, white box, no duct system, no ceiling, no wall. It's all yours. Do what you want to do.
Right.
We got in deep with that one. A major learning experience. I'm glad I did it. I probably wouldn't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Because now I would just buy salons and just revamp and redo, which is what I did for Medford.
Okay.
Then at Shirley, we had that open for about 4 years. And Medford then opened up. Then we were not even a year and COVID hit.
How do you do it? Four locations.
Yeah.
You said how many employees?
I have about 31 now.
31.
I have a lotion line company. I also built a supplement company, nutritional body blends. Right. I built that with 5 different products. Okay. Got it up LLC'd, crashed in a month. I was like, just not for me. Right. I had no investment into it, emotionally into it. I wanted to create something, maybe it'll work good, thinking of money. You got to be passionate and obsessed. Passion only lasts so long. Love only lasts so long. You got to be obsessed with this stuff. You got to bust your ass, eat shit, smile, work hard, and there's no excuses. I've learned all that down the road. Thinking of opening a business and I'm going to be rich. You know,
That's not it.
doing this at 21, then having a baby at the same time, living in an apartment, 70 grand in debt, nowhere to go. I'm either dead or in jail is what's going to happen to me. That's what was going to happen.
Right.
And having the support system of family, and just really not knowing the answers, but having the ability to know I don't know and try to find them was key.
Yeah.
You know, having an open mind. People say they have open mind. Open mind is really to say, you know what, I'm going to learn something from Kristian today. People don't know that, but that's how I go in. I want to give value, but at the same time, you're doing all this production camera stuff. It's amazing. It's fascinating. I mean, I got to say, I commend you for all you do.
Thank you. I appreciate
you
that.
definitely have a positive, outlook, and I look up to that.
Thank you, man. Likewise.
100%.
You know, since young, I saw you open your salons. I was like, you know what? He's on the right track. You know, that's something I want to do, open my own thing. I was always an entrepreneur too as a kid. You said selling lollipops.
Yep.
5th grade too. I used to go to cheap. I think I said this on another podcast, but I stole a box of bazooka gums or whatever, and I was selling them in school in hats. I used to sell hats. Yeah. But that's why I resonate with you. Definitely like-minded.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next. So it started. That's how it started when you're 21. Opened up your salons. You have 4 now. Any advice that you could give to somebody watching right now that's like wanting to get going? Like what maybe 3 things that you could tell them that they could benefit from starting a business?
Yeah, I can give a bunch. And I gotta relate and say this is also from my experience. Yeah. So a lot of times when this happens and I try to influence or talk to someone and I tell them you got to do this, you should do this, there's always a reason and a purpose behind it. I live by 3 rules, really 4: respect, responsibility, understanding, positive emotional energy. Mm-hmm. If you break them down and you think of loyalty, honesty, all these major qualities that you could have or traits: respect, responsibility, understanding. There's really no order. They all can flip. That's another thing that I believe in, is that you're allowed to change your mind. Mm-hmm. A lot of people nowadays, they either believe, whether it's political or business-wise, or like I liked the color red when I was younger, but I love purple now. Mm-hmm. Same thing in life. You are allowed to change your mind. You're in control. So if you have a system of purpose, a system of standards, that's a whole nother thing. With me stopping to drink and making that decision, putting my son, my wife, my daughter, my family, my business, all these different standards and purpose make me stay that way. Right. And I want to. I do it because there's a positive outcome for it. Sure. And more positive outcomes happen that you don't even know it was going to happen. Right. You're in control also. There's other people that will influence you, but there's going to be no president. There's going to be no government. I should say, to the best of my ability, to actually justify how I feel. Mm-hmm. I'm in control of how I feel. No matter what. My thoughts, I'm a big study now on the cerebral cortex. There's a lot of YouTube, Google, podcasts. There's so much information out there that everybody can learn. The tool of a cell phone is a tool, not just to use to scroll and, sit there and waste an hour. Right. When I'm on either social media or on YouTube, I'm learning. I'm basically absorbing and taking everything in. Mm-hmm. I don't just scroll or swipe left and right. Even these dating apps, some people just swipe left and right. You're wasting your time. You know what you want. You should know what you want. If you don't, write it down. A calendar, to-do lists. I have a to-do list for my heart. I have a to-do list for my mental. I have a to-do list for my physical, my spiritual. And a lot of that comes with self-awareness. Right. Self-awareness is figuring out who you are. No doubt. If you don't, there's nothing wrong with that. Right. Some people say, at 30, 35, you should have a house, kids. Who made that up? Right. Nobody made that up. That was just everybody talking. What is right for you is right for you. And God will give you every tool you already have. Absolutely. You just got to figure that out. Yep, you do. Yeah. What's your morning routine like? My routine, I meditate in the morning and night. I do that, and I do it in bed. Okay. I'm always laying down. Sometimes, believe it or not, I could even stop and do it at my office, my parents' house, or even in my son's room. Mm-hmm. I've got to put meditation in there. I always listen to some type of motivational, inspirational, self-help something. Right. It's usually YouTube. I'm like a fanatic on YouTube. I don't listen to music. Right. If it is, it's maybe one song, maybe 2 tops that I can relate to for that day, that month, or what I'm going through. But usually I never finish it. Very rarely I'll finish a song. Right. And then I go right into YouTube and I'll search an item or something, or a product, or search my mental. Yeah. How can I feel good today? simple things, and you're just gaining all this knowledge and information from other people that are out there that have done it.
Yep.
Everything already has been done, and you're copying. It's just, can you copy and make it better?
Right.
With my business, there's tons of tanning salons out there. I love the industry. I love helping people look great, feel great. When they walk in and walk out, I have a saying, I want to make them love me.
Yeah.
And I try to do that for every customer, every guest. How can I do that? I have to create some type of a valuable service, a valuable product. We can get into that too with business, but you want to make sure that you give yourself value first. You got to love yourself, and that takes time. It takes work. It's a lot of work. I mean, I've been, I could say for the 2.5 years now, 2 years, I really, really had to like step out of the box, look and be like, who am I? My identities. This is a whole nother thing. I'm an identity of a son. I'm a business owner. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I mean, all these identities, I have to play this role throughout the day. Then I got to systemize it. So I'm systemizing everything all day long, and that's coming with my lists, my calendars. I mean, I'm very strategic. My other wake up is I value my mental or how I feel, 1 through 10. And when I do it, it's either I could write it down or I just think it. Normally I have to write it down because you're the visual, seeing it, whatnot. It may be on my phone, but then I erase it. I've done this where I got out of the shower and the shower mirror has steam. And I would write my number. If it's 6, I would take a shower, get out, and I wipe it off. And I'd make sure I'd hopefully be a 7 or more throughout my later on in that night. Shit hits the fan. Things happen. Life comes and just goes. And one thing that we all try to strive for is time. There is no clock that cares. There is no time or minute that cares. Has no emotion. You have to make that clock your valuable time. So whatever you do with it is what you do with it. And the outcome is either going to be good or bad. So make the best of it.
Time is the most valuable thing in the world. That's all we have. So I always try to value my time too. Like, okay, how can I maximize my day? I wake up with gratitude. That's the first thing because it puts me in a positive mindset. So all the things you're saying definitely are going to resonate.
Also the 60-second. I could only do 60-second cold shower. I don't like cold, but I couldn't do a cold plunge. I have to really mentally put myself there, but I've heard that helps. I always will leave my phone for like the first 20 minutes. I don't touch it. Good. But I'm obsessed with my phone. I'm honest with it. I got to be on it 24/7. Probably 18 hours a day I'm on my phone.
But it's all good. It's all good. Research. It's not, you're not playing around.
Very rarely I get myself off track, and I usually can catch it. I usually catch it within the 20-minute mark. If it's 20 minutes, it's just bullshit, and it does nothing for me. I'll put it down, scratch that, think of something else, and then process, and then find out what else I want to learn for today. Or, find out how can I better myself to better somebody else. Because we all want to give, some value to somebody. Because it's going to come back to you.
Especially when you have a business. You're like, how could I give more to my customers? I look at it like when people walk in my door, the first thing I do is make sure they know I greet them with all the positivity, because why do they come here? They're coming here to feel good, get away from the world, and so that's why I'm always keeping myself in a positive state of mind to deliver that feeling when you walk in. And I feel like that's huge with any business. You got to be welcoming. You know, if you're not, no one's gonna come.
I mean, a smile is contagious. That's another actual thing I've learned is with the positive emotional energy. If you break that up, positivity, it's one aspect of it, but you really gotta I go above and beyond. I could put myself in the worst situations and think of positivity. I even think of death. Like I could be at a funeral and think of something positive. It's probably a flaw as well because I'm so optimistic. Then you have emotional. You got to feel it. You have to feel something. You can't just say, I'm good today. I'm fantastic today. When I clap my hands, energy, I'm bringing energy to myself, the room, to you. Then you have energy. Energy it comes and goes. It feeds off of people, off of things. Light itself. We do red light therapy, and red light therapy out of salons, it tightens, tones, and firms, but it also gives you energy. It also rejuvenates yourself. So I do that for every customer when they walk in the door. I want to be that light.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
I even go crazy when we have customers that, we bill monthly, and if they have an issue with especially COVID going on, I'm very reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, I may be a boss and a president of the company. I don't like to even state that,
Right.
but I'm a person. I'm a father. I'm a son. All these identities. I could relate to my customers and say, you know what, I get it.
Yep.
I get it. Let me scratch that, wave that, and make it right for
Absolutely.
you. Because
that's how you stay in business, man.
Yeah, 100%.
That's how you do it. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I have cancellation fees. You got to pay. I don't charge no
Yeah.
money. I'm rarely.
Same thing here. We have order fees. We don't really charge order fees. I mean, there's so much that.
It depends,
Yeah. I mean, also, I call my business is considered like a French fry business. 4 tanning salons. I have 30-something employees. I have 75,000 clients that have walked through the doors.
Amazing.
Advertising and marketing expense is huge. Payroll's huge. Electrical's huge. Electric, I want to be. Everybody asks me, what's your electric? I was like, I want it to be $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Higher electric for me.
The more money you're making.
Yeah, and the more money I can give back to my staff, my team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Team is a whole nother ball game, whole nother concept. And if you don't have a right team, support system, support group, whatever that may be, on your beliefs, your passions, your obsessions, sometimes that could hold you back.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you are in control.
You are in control.
Yeah.
What you put out is what you get back.
Yeah.
And so part of your daily routine, I'm sure I see you at the gym. So
yeah, gym. I'm a gym fanatic. Many years ago, one of my best friends, he said, "Do the gym," and I always used to say, "I don't have time."
Right.
Excuse. Don't have time. You have 24 hours in a day, just like everybody else. What do you do with your time awake? Right. That 24 hours, I was like, I could put an hour in. I started doing 2.5 hours, 3 hours at the gym. I started loving it, not to be physical fit. Right. Mentally fit.
Yep.
I mean, I'm such in a good place right now, mentally strong. It's very hard to break me. It's going to be very hard. Awesome. I mean, I get people love the haters and this and that. I feel bad for them. Yeah. I actually, want them to succeed somehow, some way, and not feel that way.
Yeah.
I deal with it every day.
Right.
I suck at writing. I suck at spelling. Yeah. I'm horrible at reading. I mean, it's my areas I'm not good at. Right. I'm self-aware of that. I know that. And I get people messaging me all the time about this is wrong, that's wrong,
so
and then they tell me it, and my response is, I appreciate that, thank you very much for letting me know.
Yeah.
But I already know they're going to do it.
Yeah.
There's going to be somebody out there. You can't please everybody.
No.
And that's it's unfortunate, but it is fortunate. That has to happen. Yeah. It's part of the process. Yep. Feeling that pain or failures is something that you got to go through.
Absolutely. Losses create your best outcomes.
Yeah.
Losses
are lessons.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure,
loss is a lesson. For my lotion line I created for the tanning salon, our industry, we started this lotion line, Body Decor, and originally it was started to basically sell in every salon on the planet. Mm-hmm. Is what we wanted to do. That's the goal, the dream. We built a small 4-product line, Body Decor, bronzer, accelerator, tingle, that's what they call it, moisturizer. And we contacted all these distributors. I mean, from Australia to Israel to Egypt. I mean, this salon's in Egypt. It's crazy. So you don't even know this stuff. But as I'm learning, I'm now going to compete with these multi-million-dollar product line companies, industry brand names. I'm like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So we went to a convention and we were exhibiting. We're an exhibitor. So now we got a 10 by 10. And I'll never forget it. We flew all of our product with us. So our backdrops, our lighting, we carried it with us on the plane. Yeah. We didn't ship it. We carried. So it's me and my dad carrying
all
these big stuff, and we get it all on the plane. We get there, and then we got to get it to the hotel room, which we did. Then you got to bring it down the street to the convention center. Right. We do that, and I get everything. I have like a dolly going down the street, and everybody's walking, and I walk in, and there's all pallets. I didn't know you could ship this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really messed up.
Yeah.
So I wasted time and money on that. And then when I'm learning this whole process here, I'm looking next to me, they're getting ready. These people are building stages.
Right.
And I got a 10 by 10 little, booth, got a little TV.
Right.
I built an app for the industry. And then it was fun, a lot of learning process. But as I like to finalize it, is that weekend, 3 days cost us $32,000.
Wow.
Guess how many sales I got?
I don't know. None.
0. Not one. But the sale itself that I've learned, I met all these people,
Right.
tanning salon industry owners, salon owners, lotion line company, and I learned kind of like how it works in the back end.
Right.
And
this is earlier on.
This is early. Yeah, this is
Right.
probably when I have this Selden Rocky Point store. I don't have Shirley. I don't have Medford.
This is going
And,
back 10 years.
Yeah,
at least,
yeah,
right?
yeah. You know, we revamped the whole line, different bottle style now. We sell it out of our salons and a few salons throughout the country, but
Okay.
really it's just really geared towards ours. It's a great lotion line, but at the same time, during that time of going through the exhibit stage, I always say it was the most valuable lesson I've learned.
For sure.
Was 0 sales, $32,000 expense. And my dad, you know, he wants to cringe when we hear this stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
well, like I still say, we learned so much from it.
Yeah.
You know, that was a major lesson in the loss. But you live and you learn, you grow. Progress is another thing that you have to have.
Yeah. You know, you're not gonna succeed with everything being hunky dory. There's
Yeah.
gonna be pitfalls.
Yeah.
It's just part of being a real entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And that's how you become the best entrepreneur. Like you said.
Yeah.
You learn so much from a loss.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Acceptance. That's another word. Accepting for who you are, accepting the things that could happen that you can't have control over.
Right.
You know, in business, there's gonna be shit that hits the fan. You
Yeah.
know, they call entrepreneurs firefighters
Mhm.
because you're putting out fires, phone calls, emails, texts, and there's I have 30 units I have to relamp. Every unit has like 40 lamps to 50 lamps. So I'm relamping 1,500 tanning bulbs
Damn.
myself,
I
me.
see you post that
Me,
sometimes.
you know, people think it's just a lamp. I got to take it out, clean the filter, do the starter.
Right.
You know, I go the extra mile when I do my units for
Yeah.
my customers. I do it right.
No, you definitely
Yeah.
do. Your salons are pristine, always.
Trying, thank you.
I got to go in there, actually. I need a little color.
I got you.
Now, speaking about business, marketing is something that I've always seen you're just nonstop relentless with your marketing.
Yeah.
You know, talk a little bit about how your mindset about marketing is.
Yeah, marketing for me, you can call it marketing, promotion, advertising, brand awareness. I am a nuisance. I want to annoy you. I want to basically have you shut me off, and I'll keep doing it until you do it. That's kind of like how I am at the tanning convention. Everyone's like, "That's the guy on Facebook that won't leave me alone." But you know, having my space to Facebook, to
Right.
Instagram, Snapchat, Google Plus, you know, LinkedIn, TikTok, all of these are tools. They're free tools, but nothing is free also, because I'm utilizing my time, my effort, my thumbs, my mind to
Yeah.
create some type of awareness, some attention is really what it is. I want someone to find me, look and say, okay, this is valuable to them,
Right.
whether it's a product or service. I market all day, every day, probably 18 hours. So I always have a device, whether it's a laptop, tablet, or phone.
Right.
I am a little over the top, I will say, because like I can get an email at 3 a.m, and it has happened, about teeth whitening.
Yeah.
3 a.m, I'll never forget the email. I went under the covers and I answered that at 3:05,
Right.
and I got the customer. That's my game plan. That is my goal, to make sure I can give the answers if there's questions, that if I know them. You know, I may not know the answer, but I'll find it. And you know, to cater to these customers, I'm obsessed with it. I have a response time of like 15 minutes, and that's long.
Right.
That's long in business. If you don't respond, they're finding someone else or some other thing that could be better than you. Maybe it's worse than you, and they got to go through it.
Yeah.
But I like to beat that. That's my challenge, to make sure I get the answers and I'm on top of it. So I love marketing.
Right.
It's probably one of my niches and gifts I'm pretty good at. And
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It is interesting when you can talk to another person that loves what you do,
Yeah.
and you love it the same way back.
Yeah.
They're loving what you can give. And, you know, there's customers that come in and, you know, some have shed tears because they're just going through hard times, and it's their piece of serenity.
Right.
And now with everything going on, everybody needs a little self-care, a little moment of, you know, quietness, or, you know, just to get away,
Yeah.
escape for a minute. And everyone needs that, a little escape. We're a vacation. We're right up the road.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there was times I was like, let me just go tanning.
Yeah.
And when you lay in that bed,
Yeah.
you got that 10, 12 minutes of just silence.
Yeah.
You know, you got
Yeah.
the heat on you, the fan a little bit.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah.
And you actually feel good
Yeah.
when you get out. You feel different.
Yeah. Well, tanning itself, I can get a little into that. I would
Yeah,
love
get
to,
it-
because
get
some
into that
people
one.
you know,
Because there are misconceptions that I don't,
that's
you know.
huge.
So if you could break, so all right, so one misconception, not, you know, may cause
Yeah,
cancer.
yeah.
So could you elaborate on that? Because I think people are interested in hearing that.
I love that question, because everybody that ever asks that when they come into the salon, I got to break it down. And very simply, anything you overdo can damage you.
Right.
That's first and foremost. So if you overexpose yourself to a UV lamp or the sun, because you really can't compare the two, but you can compare the two.
Okay.
You can't compare with the outside because it has an ozone layer. It has a UVC ray. UVC ray is really harmful. Our salons give off UVA, UVB. There's different wavelengths. So UVA will give off a wavelength. UVB gives off a shorter wavelength than UVC. On the outside, you also have, whether if you're at a beach, you have sand, you have wind, you have clothes on. Normally in tanning salon, you either go nude or underwear bra. And then that alone, being in a controlled environment, I could tell you what you're going to get.
Right.
So I could say you need, and everybody normally the average is 3 to 5 sessions to create a deep base, to collect that tan, that melanin in their skin, that will protect you from that harmful sun ray. Right. So if you moderate it, you're fine. Now moderating it also, you can we recommend go 3 days in a row. Right. People are like, what? 3 days in a row? But you're now controlling minutes. Right. So your minutes in a bed can control, I call it your SPF. So you go in a tanning bed to start, you're going to start off only like 6 minutes anyway. Right. In a 15-minute unit, that's a level 1. So they give all power, wattage, whatnot. You can just call it power energy. This process of getting tan takes 3 to 5 sessions to have a deep base up to 10, and then you're going 2 or 3 times a week, if that. Yeah. Your tan will last you 28 days. So if you tan today, that tan skin lasts you 28 days. Then you lose your skin, and you produce more skin. It doesn't go through the first layer of the skin of the epidermis. Okay. That whole conception of like burning your insides, or the chicken on a bed, or even a pregnant person. Believe it or not, we don't condone this and tell you to go tan when you're pregnant, but you can. I've had many people that have done it. Yeah. It's their choice. If they do it, come early. Right. And have water or a spray bottle, because when having a baby or your pregnancy during that time frame, it's usually heat or your intake of hydration. Right. So if you just keep your body cool, it's not fluctuation of heat, you're fine. Right. Overall, tanning will increase vitamin D. This is the big thing, where this time of year, the winter, the cloudiness, the rainy days, winter depression. Right. Your vitamin D levels are low. Vitamin D is so huge on reaction time, your immune system, metabolism. So as you're tanning, your body is producing the vitamin D. So some people get that misconstrued too. They think that the tanning beds give you vitamin D. It's not. Right. Your body produces chemical to produce vitamin D. Right. A tanning bed now is giving you more UV rays for your body to produce the chemical, right. Get more vitamin D. Your immune system's going to be higher. You can fight off viruses, colds. Right. I mean, all this stuff. I mean, not that I can quote this too much, but it is quoted that the CDC stated that tanning is a virus-free zone. Okay. Environment, and that is because we don't touch the customer. We're in our own separate room. Yeah. Every room is thoroughly cleaned every session. So there's no one in the industry that really does this. So a lot of positives to it. Obviously, the overexposure is what you have to be careful for. That's it. If you're protecting with a base, right, the chances, they say, is 75% chance if you tan, you can get cancer. Right. But they're also taking studies from many, many years ago, from the olden days, when you'd sit there with iodine and the whole thing on their face, right, out in the sun, and not controlled. Right. It's not a controlled environment. Absolutely. Take the studies into Manchester United soccer team, put tanning beds in their locker rooms. And then they did a study with basketball players, and the ones that tanned indoors with basketball players, better reaction time, better performance. Okay. That's interesting. It's pretty cool. Then there's new studies now that if you when you tan indoors, you're creating a chemical also so you don't gain weight. Right. Which is new. I just figured out. So there's all these studies coming out. But again, to each your own, it is and can be a hurtful thing, just like anything. If you overexpose it and use it. Absolutely. If you use it moderately, whether you're going to go out on a weekend or go on vacation, is something everyone should probably tan a little bit, right, just to have a base, because the sun here or there, wherever it is so different, right, especially now, because every year that sun is getting stronger. Plus you go to the Caribbean, you're near the equator, the sun is a lot closer. Yeah, it's insane. So it's going to burn you. So go to the tanning salon, get that base. Yeah, come through. But talking about that, like I said before, every time I tan, I get out and I feel amazing. Yeah. So it's probably definitely that. Well, there also is bones, joints. It helps that as well. But the vitamin D also, and just puts you in a good mood. Light itself. It's just kicking a euphoria. Yeah. For you, and you feel great. You look great. I love it, man. That's great. I'm glad you broke that down. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
So aside from business, what do you do for fun? Like, what's your?
Oh man.
I mean, I know you. Wait, hold on. You have a newborn.
Yes, yeah,
Kinda.
two and a half,
2.5 years old,
and I have a 21-year-old. So it's crazy. 21-year-old, my daughter Brianna, I love her so much. I call her my hero.
Yeah,
you know, she's definitely my hero. She is amazing. I can't even. If I had a quarter of what and who she is, I'd be a better person.
Right.
She's awesome.
That's great.
She's going to graduate next year. And then my son, 2.5, he's a little beast.
Yeah,
he's at that age. He wants to get everything, climb.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Preston, he's great. My wife, she's awesome. Vet tech, also animal control officer.
Okay.
She's amazing.
That's awesome.
So I'm now finally, after all my younger days, back then when I liked to have fun, it was nothing productive.
Right.
I always say, be productive, which only can go so much. You got to be positive productivity.
Right.
You got to do something that's valuable. So we could sit there and clean a room, but I always use like vacuuming, for example, and you vacuum, move the chair and vacuum. Don't just leave it in one spot and vacuum around it.
No.
I have a list of, taking out the garbage, crazy stuff, folding towels. My wife's a killer at folding towels. I suck at them.
Yeah.
Another flaw that I have. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun life. It's enjoyable. I'm at a really good place, and I love business. Business is for me. I know something that we want to talk about is like breaking down the business itself. I basically broke it down like 4 areas.
Okay.
So you have people. That's basically management, upper management, president, owner. Then you have your staff and the customers.
Right.
Then you have product and services, and then you have systems. I'm big on systems. Any system in place. It could be cleaning something this way or handling a customer that way. What to wear, what not to wear. My body movement, my language with the customer.
Right.
I'm good with humor. I'm horrible with names.
Right,
I can't remember names, but I forgot your name. You know,
Yeah.
and I'll use humor with it, and then it calms the situation down.
Right.
And then there's in those elements of those 4 areas, then there's a whole down list of all these things that you have to put in place.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to hopefully open another 3 or 4. Great. 7 total would be nice. I want to do a day spa.
Okay.
Day spa, no tanning, but hair, skin, nails, Botox,
Okay.
all that. Yeah, I would love to do that. It's just some big money and not there yet, but in time.
Yeah, all right.
In time.
No doubt. That sounds good. I like that. My wife just opened up a salon.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Regular hair salon.
Yeah.
We might do some, eyebrow stuff upstairs.
Right.
Rent out the space upstairs.
Cool.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But she's loving it. It's fun.
But yeah, back that I do it for fun. My fun is business. Really, I love building business. Whether it's, I can't say whether I like to build it and it fails, but I've built so many.
Yeah.
I did an app for the tanning industry that didn't do well. I built the supplement line that didn't do well.
Right.
But
the journey is
the
fun.
journey is fun. Yeah, I mean, realizing it now, the process of all of the things I did right and wrong, collaborating. Then no, the next time I do it, or if I want to venture into the supplement line because it's very saturated,
right.
Which I have my fat burner. I have my own fat burner that I created that we sell at the salons. And I knew that I could critique that fat burner and make it the one that works.
Right.
And then we have that, and it's finding a niche and passion in something is just awesome. And I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful for that.
I wake up too sometimes. I'm like, I thank God for giving me drive and ambition, because I'm like, I couldn't live life any other way. I wouldn't be boring.
Yeah. Even during COVID, I was more at the salons then to get ready.
Right.
I had to prep the stores to get ready. We actually even got kicked out of our salon for having people, my parents, my family, my son, my daughter, I think was there, and wife, my son's in a stroller, and a fire marshal came in and kicked us out.
That's crazy.
I'm like,
in your own establishment.
My own establishment. Then I had to ask him. I said, "Is a tanning salon in the first phase, second phase, or third?" He didn't know.
Right.
Is it a tanning salon, a solarium, a spa? He didn't know.
Right.
Is it a lounge? He didn't know.
Right.
He was just doing his job, because I can't be mad at him.
Maybe it's his job.
A little bit, yeah. He has a badge, but they have some power. But that's another thing. I forgive very easily.
Yeah.
I will not allow anybody or anything to justify how I want to feel.
Yeah.
It's short-lived if I got to go there.
Right.
I have my dark places. I've gone, and sometimes I have to put myself there.
Okay.
I won't get into some of them, but they're dark. They're deep.
Yeah.
And I'll say, 10 minutes, I got to feel this. I got to go through this, but then I got to get out of it. Because if you stay in there too long, it just now stops productivity. It stops emotionally. It's everything.
You're right.
But yeah, I think it's good to have anxiety, depression. I think these are good things. Normally, if I were to do something wrong, I should feel wrong about it.
Right.
I should feel bad.
Right. You can't be numb
Can't be numb.
You have to feel.
You have to feel it. The thing is accepting it, and then obviously getting tools you got to learn, which I don't really know what true anxiety is or a panic attack. I think I had one, and during that time I didn't know what to do. I just fell down. I was like, okay, that was it. Now I know how to do with it because going through the process of having emergencies in business, it just never stops.
Right,
never stops.
Yes. Now talking about emergencies during COVID, what was your mindset? Like, okay, we got to shut down immediately.
I had to claim unemployment. It screwed my mind up. I was like, shit,
right.
I have no income. What am I going to do? So then in 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks, I built a business, all in consulting and marketing. So I consult businesses as well.
Okay.
And then I created a digital marketing agency with that. And, it worked. It actually worked pretty good.
Good.
Like I had some income. It was nothing crazy. I wasn't passionate, obsessed about it.
Right.
But I loved the business. I love helping other salons. So I created a website that was able to show off the skill set that I have to help a business. I could walk into a salon and do a 100-point process. Or even most businesses, a restaurant. I could walk in and pick out 100 things that should be improved or better. Right. Then digital marketing, kind of my niche. So I acquired that, and then building websites. I could do that. And it worked well. It wasn't something over the top. It was a side hustle,
right.
A little gig, but it kept some income.
And it kept you in a positive state of mind instead of being negative about what's going on in the world. You stayed course.
Yeah. I mean, I was doing that. Right before that, I did a Shopify store. I had 2 Shopify stores. I mean, I'm talking where I come home from my day. My day, usually I'll get up anywhere from, depending if I'm going to the gym, I can get up from 5, 6 a.m. between 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do my rounds. I go to every store every day.
Okay.
So Selden, Rocky Point, Medford, Shirley. And sometimes I backtrack. I'll stop at the office over here locally, do, marketing stuff and emails. And then, if I hit the gym between there or whatnot, I may hit a tan or red light session, some teeth whitening, who knows, get that in. Yeah. And then throughout the whole day, I'm kind of recording and documenting what I'm doing. Right. And then, when COVID shut down, I had none of that. Yeah. It scared the crap out of me. Yeah. So I'm like, let me build something. If it works, it works. It don't. Can be productive. It worked a little bit.
Did you chill out at all during that time? Did you find that moment to be like, wait, everything's kind of at a shutdown. Let me shut down. Because I shut down for the first time in years.
Believe it or not, my wife was like, shut down and just shut up, chill, stay home. This is the time to relax, enjoy family. Yeah. I like chaos. Yeah, I like chaos a little too much, so I had to get out of the house. I can't sit still. Even like if I go to a vacation, I walk in the room of the hotel. The first thing I do is radio on and TV on and lights on. I have to have to create some type of energy and flow. It's just strange. It's just what I need. No doubt. But there were times I relaxed, obviously more than I used to. Right. And it put me in a place to also have gratitude for my family. Right. I have to have this time. Let me not miss my growth of my son.
It made you kind of like realize, wait, hold on.
You got to check back.
Slow down for a second. Yeah. This is good.
Yeah, managing time is, I'm a good project switcher. There's no such thing as like multitasking, they call it project switching. So I could be doing 5 different things, switch, and then do something else. I would have still my routine. My routine was broken. Like I couldn't go to the stores, and I could only do so much. But trying to prep the new training process, the training manuals for employment, get the stores ready was a process through COVID. Right. So I still went to the stores. They relamped a bunch of beds. I think I did like 10 beds, and then then having the time to be home with family. Yeah. I'm not a Netflix and chill. Yeah. But I forced myself to be Netflix and chill like once in a while and enjoy the time with my family. And now I have to do it once in a while. Yeah. I'm a movie buff. I like movies, but it would be 12 midnight, 1 o'clock a.m. Yeah. And I would do movies and watch 2 or 3, and I'd be up to 4 in the morning. Yeah. Don't do that now. My body can't hang.
We can't do that now. No. Yeah. I did it then too. But now, when it's back in business mode, it's like,
I always call, they say, the saying that you got to show up. I have because you could show up and be half-assed. Yeah. You got to be switched on. So I always have a thing, even in soccer, when I went on the field, I was switched on, buckled tight, ready to go, shin guards on. I'd have my bandana around my neck. I wanted to stare out because everybody would put it on their head. Like this is different. I just was strange in these ways. But switched on is being in that present moment. Yeah. And I'm pretty good at doing that. If you have those moments that come up and steer you off, embrace it, accept it. And then make it short-lived and move on.
Move on.
Yeah.
That's it. Keep it going.
Yeah.
That's the only way. That's the only way to succeed.
Yeah.
So COVID was definitely a setback, but you kept it going. You probably saw me. I took COVID in a whole different way. You saw me angry Kristian online. I was,
there you go.
Fighting for the people.
Yeah.
Fire marshals came here too.
Yeah.
They told me I couldn't be here. I was with one of my fighters.
I remember.
I'm
Yeah.
like, dude,
you have
I'm like-
one person in here. You're probably 6 feet apart.
And we're allowed. I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't know the law. I'm like,
Yeah.
obviously, because clearly I know where I'm allowed to be.
Right.
I'm allowed to have one person in here at a time.
Yep.
And I was like, you're not doing your job. I'm like, you're listening to somebody who has, a mindset that's trying to suppress us right now. So,
Yeah.
So I
Back up.
I flipped on him, man. I said,
Yeah.
you should be over there at the dollar store,
Right.
where there's 50 people on top of each other.
Yeah.
That's where you should be,
Yeah.
not here messing with somebody, a small business owner,
Yeah.
just barely making it right now. you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that time was a little tough for me, but I navigated through. I stayed positive in the most.
Yeah.
And I think I came out on top better than I did before.
Of course, yeah.
You know?
I believe also COVID, not that I wished it happened, but it's separating the men from the boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's separating, who's strong and who's not. And I can only speak for myself. I kind of learned everybody has like a rock bottom.
Yeah.
I've had my rock bottoms. Through not drinking, I had my own, sobriety that's mine.
Yeah.
I have my own, bad moments. They're mine. I could reflect and kind of voice them out and say, okay, this is what I took from them. Maybe, hopefully, someone could relate from it and, take a step. Not saying you don't have to drink or drink. For me, the drinking process through COVID, I was in a transition of drinking more also.
Right.
And I loved my beer.
Yeah.
Beer was a good thing.
Yeah.
I could have my few beers, and my few was anywhere from 3 to 10,
Right.
honestly. And I could function. I was doing work on my phone, my laptop. I was productive. But it would be the one thing I actually lied about,
Right.
which I'm not proud of. But I realized, how many beers you have? 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, after a while being told by other people, my surrounding people, like, why are you doing this? Why is it like that? And then really I had to step back. And then the 2-week process of not drinking was tough. Then it got really easy.
Okay.
And then I put myself really into like this pod of how does this all work? Because I need this to work with this.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are coherent with your mind, your heart, the cerebral cortex, thoughts, feelings to actions, you can really like do anything. I mean, I'm almost a year now. It's 346 days. I never thought of that. And people out there probably going to watch this and be like, there's no way. I was BDBP, beer drinking Brad Paul. That's what I was known for.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that, but
I never knew that. You don't portray that on your social media.
Yeah, my social media is
that.
probably going to be about 95% business, 5%, personal.
But I don't even see it. I just see it in your face. I didn't see somebody who drank. So that part of you, that was definitely private.
I'm good at keeping that private stuff because when I go in those deep, as well as other people, when you go in that deep, dark hole, for me, was tough.
Personal. It's personal,
tough.
though.
Yeah, it's personal. It's tough. But to be able now to sit back and be like, wow, if I got rid of this one poison, what would happen?
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried it and failed. Then I got to a place like, there's no other option. I've been through this before.
Yeah.
Been through the system 4 times, had 4, situations.
Yeah.
Not proud of, but, I had to go through that. That kind of made me who I am today. And,
So moving forward from everything that you've been through, the downfalls.
Yep.
Do you feel like you're, like you said before, you're solid now, you're strong, nothing can break you? You feel like you can't relapse?
No.
Good.
You've
been through it.
Right now, I always have to put it in perspective because if I say, all right, I'm not going to drink 10 years from now, my mind's going to get, and originally when I used to think this, now I'm pretty strong to be like, okay, I'm fine. Yeah. But in the beginning process, which I'm still in the beginning, really, I'm only a hiccup, only a hiccup, only 1 year. But if I were to think about it really like, wow, I'm not going to drink for 10 years, I'll put myself in a place and then I'll be like, screw this,
Yeah.
But I don't do that. I have my daily routine, my systems, my support system, my support group that keep me in check.
Right. And that's your wife, your kids.
Yeah. I mean, my main thing I had to do, which I put myself in this place several of times, where I had to put a higher standard purpose and figure out what that was.
Right.
And to figure out what that was, I had to visualize my son in a casket.
Mm.
I had to visualize my daughter in a casket.
Wow.
And not easy. Not easy.
I couldn't do that.
Even as I'm thinking about it now, I remember, and it was just, life could end like that.
Yeah.
Consequences from my actions. I never really thought about my consequences.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, my social life became so much. I would cry because I couldn't go out to the club. Right. And I loved the dance. I loved the club, the
See
VIP,
Brad at the club,
showing it. I mean, I would have
BP in the club.
the glow stick, the glow kicks. I mean, I did a lot of stuff just to get the attention.
Yeah.
I wanted attention. I wanted validation.
Yeah.
I figured out now the validation is this life.
Yeah.
This life we live is our validation. It's so fucking good,
Yeah,
man. It really is. Even though shit gets hard, it could be a lot worse.
It could
be a lot worse. We're living in right now the most wealthiest place in the planet at the most wealthiest time.
Yeah. Life is.
People don't know that, but we are so. It's all screwed up, but whether it's the president or politically this governor or whatnot, they didn't do the wrong thing. We did. We fucked it all up.
Right.
The people. It's now we have a platform such as social media or the media doing their thing. And if you don't want to see it, delete it. Turn it off. You're in control. Again, you're in control. Don't point the finger 10 more back at you.
Right.
It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Everybody has so much opportunity and they're missing the boat. They're missing it because right now what's happening with crypto, as we know, we just did a great crypto workshop the other day. It was awesome, dude.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
It was fun.
A lot of fun.
I was so disappointed, man. Anyway, you
Get the
saved
TV?
You saved the day, man. I'm looking back. I looked back at the video. I'm like,
yeah.
what were you doing for 20 minutes? You should have just talked. I really was adamant. I wanted the TV to
yeah,
work.
well, it would have made more of a visual and helped them out, which we'll do again.
Yeah.
There's always next time, 100%. I mean, it's not that hard to download the app for crypto. I mean, if you're not into crypto, my suggestion, get into it because it's phenomenal. It's something to learn about. It's happening so fast. They're saying like internet is going to be like dead because Web 3.0 is the blockchain.
Right.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating. It's so fascinating.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're going to keep doing those workshops too, man.
Yeah, definitely. Well, then.
Maybe like another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But so crypto, you're invested.
Yep.
How long have you been in the crypto?
Since September last year, I had one night I said, I want to buy stocks. And I've always wanted to get into the stock market. Robinhood came out, said, let me download Robinhood and put some bucks in. I bought 29 stocks in one night. Right. And then the little Doge came out, put some into that,
right.
And some Bitcoin. And then got a little lucky and things happened. So then I eventually got rid of the stocks and then put it into other cryptos, altcoins, whatnot. And I've been loving it ever since.
Yeah.
I love the area, the space.
Because it's so new.
It's so new, and also it's opportunity. It's so opportunity, whether it's financially or emotionally.
Yeah.
You can get emotional when you shouldn't when you invest. There should be no emotion in investing. But just getting your feet wet, a couple bucks, just see what it feels like, and say you have a piece. I mean, when you get a stock such as Tesla or Amazon or Apple, the biggest stocks out there, it's like you own a piece of the company. Right. It's just kind of neat process to think about.
No doubt.
And this whole Bitcoin and crypto, it's just so cool.
I look at it like this: like when Apple came out, the only other Apple was maybe Samsung or
right.
You know what I mean? Now, today, crypto to me, there's like 100 Apples.
Yeah.
And they're all ground floor.
Yeah.
So it's like we're at such a ground floor level of getting involved with 100 Apples.
Yeah.
And maybe 5 of them are going to make us super wealthy.
Yeah.
But we have to be in it to win it.
Yeah. You have to be in it. If people that are scared about it, it's because it's new. They don't know. They don't know. Yeah. And they just got to ask. My thing is Google, YouTube,
That's
podcast.
It.
Just
the world is at your fingers. Like you said, the world is at your fingertips.
Yeah. Just definitely, get involved and play with it a little bit, see how you react, because everyone reacts different with investments. I mean, investing into self is one, which we do consistently all day long. Investing financially is another aspect. Investing into customers is an aspect, into business, into fatherhood. There's all these different identities, as I call it.
For sure.
You're investing into this, and crypto is just one area that's just so cool and new.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to know all of it. You don't even have to know all of it.
There's too much to know.
Yeah. Right now, you're right.
Know some of it.
I mean, now when you get in the metaverse and
it's
so much. This guy's buying land for $58,000. I saw the other day in the metaverse, and he's going to rent that out or sell it. I mean, it's so cool. It's nuts.
Yeah, people really need to just dive in.
Yeah,
and over time, you guys are going to learn. It's just a process.
Yeah,
you learn things. As I say that to myself all the time. I'm like, you don't know this, but after reading that same word for a month,
Yep.
you're gonna understand that, and
Yeah.
you're gonna get it, and then you're gonna get that and that, and just over time, it just collectively,
Yeah.
you understand it. Now
Yeah.
you could talk about it.
Yep.
You know, I'm in it for like a year now, and I feel comfortable.
It's a year for you now. Yeah.
Well, I bought Doge back in like May of 19.
Right.
19?
Is that 2 years? 2 years?
No, May 2020. Last year.
Right. Last year.
During COVID, I bought it.
Yep.
And I didn't even know what crypto was. I just knew Bitcoin.
Right.
I'm like, wait, Bitcoin's this, and has 4 zeros. There's a chance it could go to $1.
Right.
I'm like, or even a penny.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
then you got to figure out the cap and like can it not.
But
It's pretty
I
cool.
wish that I bought that and I started researching at the moment,
Right.
because I would have bought more.
Yeah.
'Cause I just bought it and I was there. I didn't even look into crypto. I didn't
Yeah.
look into articles. I don't know why I didn't.
Right.
I was distracted from
course.
COVID, my business,
Yeah.
but I wish I wasn't.
But
because-
you stepped in though. You stepped in and
Yeah.
you did your thing and
Capitalized.
okay, that's it. As I say, you gotta make. They say affirmative action. You gotta. I call it culture shock.
Yeah.
You need to shock yourself, whether it's something new, something old that maybe you want to retry. Like I have this thing I can't really spell. It's
Yeah.
horrible. I have no desire to
Yeah.
figure it out. It's so bad. Spell check can't figure out my shit.
That's funny. You know what? Just talk it.
Just
Talk
yeah, I
it.
do that and still can't figure it out.
That's
bad.
fucking great, man.
Yeah.
Wait, so what do you see like for moving forward, like from today into the future? How do you see the future of business marketing? Where is it going, and how do you feel like you're gonna maybe adapt or change?
Yeah, for me, I call it hanging a trophy every day. So during whether I don't drink, that's a trophy. Whether I clean the house, that's a trophy. Whether I go to every store that day and talk to 10 customers, that's a trophy. So I have my to-do list, but I really put them up there to show off of myself that I completed, accomplished. So every day is going to have a trophy, multiple. And then tanning industry itself is changing because there's new units coming out that are going to have tanning and red light therapy in a unit.
That's dope.
We have one on order. Yeah, we have one on. I can't even get it yet. We want to order a bunch more, but it's basically red light and tanning all in one unit. So that's changing.
Okay.
The whole industry is going to change with these new beds. They call them hybrid. They're built by Porsche.
Okay, that's dope.
It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, you're talking $60,000 unit.
Wow,
These-
next level.
Yeah. These
So
units are no joke.
you can
Tanning beds aren't just like $2,000.
No,
You
they're
know, my one
expensive.
bed's $45,000.
I know.
It's insane. It's like a car.
It's nuts.
So the industry will change. I will already adapt and change with it.
Right. Will you implement crypto as payment?
I think it's just going to have to happen. Eventually, it's going to be inevitable. I already have the system set.
Okay,
It's all
good.
done. I have a system where you're able to walk in with your phone and tap, and you can pay with Bitcoin if you want.
Right.
We don't put it out there yet,
Right.
because I still have to see the back end how it works, which I still don't know. But if I can, I'm talking out loud here. But if
Yeah.
I were to collect your Bitcoin, does it go in a stable coin? Which I think it would go to Bitcoin and transfer to a stable coin. Because what if the fluctuation of the market? Then do I reuse it? Do I save it? So there's a lot of questions I don't know.
Right.
So I have to figure that out, the back end of the system. How do I get my money to pay my bills?
Taxes, how they're going to tax
Yeah.
it. There's a lot
That's
that.
whole nother thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yes, I think business and banks are going to be, I think, almost gone. You're going to have your top few.
Mhm.
They're going to implement the crypto, and it's going to be on your phone.
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to do everything with it.
Right.
I think they're going to simplify it. It's just we don't have no government in control right now.
Well, the latest stimulus bill has a lot of regulation on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So we're it's getting centralized
Yeah.
where they're going to put us in a little shackle.
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
But there's also a decentralized version of the whole
Correct.
world where we could navigate through
Yep.
and might get off,
Yeah.
stay off radar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah.
But aside from crypto and the business, marketing. So like the way we market now, we're constantly doing what we're doing. What new things could you implement to your business in the future? Do you feel like might be productive?
Well, I mean, right now with the way I have my marketing system set up, with social media is one, I'm on that all day long, consistently hitting. And now with the algorithms of social media, you really don't get a lot of exposure. You have to pay to play.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that's going to happen. That's going to change now too.
Yep.
So we'll see how that changes. But I'm also I believe I'm doing more than most.
Yeah.
I'm paying to play.
Yeah.
In Facebook, I'm in Instagram, Snapchat. I'm doing all that, and I'm actually paying for exposure. Then you have the texting is huge. I have a huge text club, and then email. I still do that. And it's going to be more, I think, going to a personal where if it goes to the metaverse and people are out and about and they want to either, from my industry, get a tan or teeth whitening or red light or spray tan, it's almost going to happen on the fly, I think, quickly, where they could be anywhere in this whole contact lens they're going. They'll be able to think of what they want, and the lens is going to know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
And it's already going to answer it for them to come to this location because it's closer,
Right.
or this bottle's ready for them.
Pop
This
up.
bottle's ready for them for their tanning procedure. This is down the road, but that's something that we'll all be ready for.
You know, I just came up with an idea. I mean, you probably already thought of this for your salon, but a metaverse, like tutorial. They go into your shop in the metaverse,
Right.
and you teach them about your beds.
Yeah.
So before they come in, they already know what bed they want because they went to the metaverse version
Yeah.
of your place, and they're like, "Oh, I want to go to 3.
Yeah.
I went on your metaverse site.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or they could book it right there. I'm
Right
gonna book
there.
this bed. Boom.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
you know.
It's crazy. Yeah. I already thought of here. You could get I think I mentioned it at the crypto workshop. You can get like a JPEG of the gloves.
Yeah.
Of NFT.
Yep.
If someone buys it for $500, they have access now to your gym, and
Perks.
so cool. If you don't know about metaverse and crypto,
And
it
NFTs.
is pretty cool, but it takes time.
Yeah.
Like I said, you got to study 50 to 100 hours minimum
Yeah.
just to really get your feet wet and understand it. I don't understand it all.
Right.
It's
deep.
futuristic.
It's deep.
AI and reality and augmented world.
Yep.
It's all gonna happen.
I love
It's
it.
gonna be fun.
I love it. And you know, it's the last question here, Brad. I think we touched on a lot.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great.
It's a
I love
pleasure.
it. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Goals and aspirations for the future, man. What are your goals and aspirations?
Like I said, I think I want to get to 7 salons. I know my mom's probably got curling right now, like, but she does a lot of the book work for me.
Okay.
We have a really good system. She does book work. My dad's like the fix-it guy,
Okay.
or sales retail. He helps with, and then I run the show. I do all the designing and pricing, training. But getting to 7 would be great. But we're buying a house soon, you know, rent to buy option with my wife. That's gonna be fun. Maybe
Nice.
another child, who knows?
Uh-oh.
Not that I'm rushing it, but you know, I'm allowing God to take control, which is something I never really did much. I believe in Him. Whether your God's spiritually Jesus or a God is sitting in this chair and just loving how it feels and just enjoying the moment present, let him take the control over a little bit too, because I always say we have control, which we do, but sometimes you just got to let it happen. What else? I love collecting watches and hats. It's something I've always done. Sneakers, I'm a sneaker buff.
Right.
Those things I believe in, I'll just continue to do. Crypto, I really want to dive deep in by next year.
Right.
I personally would love to make $1 million.
Right.
Now it's what I'm going to do with it.
Right.
You know, because when people they say they're millionaires in crypto, they're not actual millionaires.
Right.
You know, if you're getting that money in hand and doing something with it, which I would love to have the opportunity to say, okay, let's take out 10 grand.
Right.
You know, I'm not there yet. I know I'm not there yet.
You could borrow against it too,
You can.
which
You
is
can.
another great way to utilize that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know much about that. You probably do more than me. And, you know, pay bills.
Yeah.
You know, the same thing. You know, everybody talks about bills, and I don't allow money to be emotional for me, which is probably good and bad.
Yeah.
But X amount of dollars has to be paid for debt. But what matters is the process. How am I going to do it? How am I going to get that? So just being productive, keeping my mindset, really growing my mind. And I'm really fascinated about the cerebral cortex,
Yeah.
Feelings, thoughts, actions.
Yeah.
It's how you can control your day. And
Biohacking.
yeah, it's crazy. Life hacks. Yep, 100%.
No doubt.
Just enjoying life, I guess, you know.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, we'll link up and get something together.
Yeah,
I would
well,
love to.
you know, these workshops.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love for you to be a part of it all the time.
Yeah,
We could grow it. My whole concept is, you know, building a think tank.
yeah,
You know, more people come.
yeah,
The more they learn, the more now somebody who's been here first time, now they're doing more research.
yeah,
They could teach us something now. Collectively, who knows
yeah,
where the doors could open.
Of course.
What could grow from that. So,
yeah. A lot of people are learning fast with this because it's happening fast. So
Yes.
we're all going to learn from one another. We keep doing them, 100%.
yeah, oh, did you know about, you know, this particular crypto?
Yeah.
Oh, it's ground floor. Boom, jump in. Has use case.
Yeah,
It's, you know, 3 zeros, but it's, you know, solid. Okay. You know, everybody puts a little bit in.
yeah,
You know, where you're going to put it next. It's just collective thinking, man. I
Yeah.
think that's why I want to be around people that are thinking outside the box.
yeah. Creators.
I have
you know,
to be.
You got to be a creator and got to be, you know, positive is my thing too. You could be a cool person, but if you're negative on social media, I got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I was negative for a couple months.
You go through the moments. Everybody does. I mean, there's so many things I'll see throughout the day, and I'm like, want to answer why, or what.
Yeah.
But what does that do for me?
Yeah.
There's no return on investment of complaining or bitching or worrying about somebody else's feelings you can't control.
Yeah.
No return
You
on
checked me one day online. You said something.
Did I?
Yeah, you're like, yo, Chris, I don't know. You said, I don't pay attention too much to what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
the thing is also, like, if you see, it's different because also your business is different than mine, somewhat similar. We have a service. So you had to possibly speak up, as we all did. At moments.
I felt like
we
I
had to fight.
to. Yeah, I felt like I was
fighting for my life, you know. You're newer in the game with owning your business, but this is something you collaborated, and you did very well at the gate, and then all of a sudden, bang.
Yeah.
It's like, now what?
Yeah.
There's no answers.
Right.
You got to figure it out and fight for it, and you have passion, so commend yourself for it.
Yeah, I was passionate.
You have to be.
Then I had to rechannel it, redirect.
It's all good.
Boom.
It's all good.
But things are good. But Brad, this was a great talk, man.
Yes, man.
And we'll do it again.
Yes, 100%.
I know things are going to evolve. Life's going to grow. And
this is your anniversary one, right?
Yeah. I think I said it again.
Awesome.
1 year anniversary, episode 18.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we had you on. Entrepreneurship, marketing, life, man. That's important to me to project that to my audience.
Yeah. I mean, the most important thing I think is, if anybody's going to get value out of this, is mindset. If you want to start a business, if you're asking the question, can I do a business? I don't think you're an entrepreneur.
Right.
It's white or black.
Right.
If you're asking, because you got to really eat shit and smile every day.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard. But then I reverse it and say it's easy, because I've been doing it for so long.
Right.
Comes natural though. But then I learn, all right, now I got a wall that has an issue, or a leak in the ceiling, or these things I don't know. And then they got to get repaired by some guy I never even hired before to fix it.
Right.
Crazy stuff. But mindset, if you can get your mindset into a way to figure out who you are, so self-awareness, and the identities you got to play, and each identity you should somehow progress wherever you are to go to.
Right.
That's fatherhood, business, son, family, whatever it is, school student.
Right.
People that go to school, I commend them. They're going to school. I can never go to school. I just can't do it. I don't have it in me. People that study books and go to school, and my daughter, she's going to graduate High Point University.
Good for her. Congrats.
I mean, I could never.
No,
never. I'd fail the first semester.
Yeah, I'm not a school guy.
It's tough,
either.
and especially with the COVID thing. I mean, they had to go through a whole transition.
Yeah.
I mean, their life turned upside down. I mean, I also lived through, right now, 43. That's another cool concept. I'm 43. I got another half of my life left.
Yeah.
How do I want to live it?
Right. Full control, man.
Crazy.
Do it. Do more.
The whole thing, half glass full, half empty. It's how you want to fill it.
Yeah.
So it's just perspective,
Absolutely.
just different things that you live and learn with, and be humble.
Yeah, that's key.
Be humble, but at the same time, take the selfie if you feel good.
Yeah.
If you feel good, you look good, you did workouts, take more selfies. If that is something you enjoy, you should be proud of that.
And that inspires people. You never know. Like, yo, he's doing it. You know what? Let me do it.
Yeah.
So
people should.
That's how I look at it. Like, when I do something that I might boast a little, but it's not boasting. It's more, I want to show you, like, yo, I'm doing it. You can do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to boast. I'm really just trying to show you this could be done.
Yeah. They call it a thing called humble bragging.
Right.
Is it good or bad? It's different if you have intentions to humble brag, because, like, I got this, I got a nice watch, or, I got this chain, whatever. But if you do it in a way to let other people know, like, I got here, look where I was.
Right.
There's a process here that happened that I fulfilled and I conquered, because I'm
proud
proud
of
of my
myself.
trophy today.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that. I don't need your validation.
No.
Much as I would like a like or a double tap.
Yeah.
It shouldn't affect my day to be like, oh, today sucks. I got 2 likes.
Nah, I don't look at it. I never look at that.
I never look at followers or likes. I don't care.
No.
But, as humans, if we get the extra heart, likes, whatnot, we feel good.
Yeah.
You should.
Absolutely.
But do it because you want to do it.
Yep.
There should be nobody holding you back.
Nope.
Nobody.
Nobody.
You are in control of it.
You are in
So
control.
don't bitch and complain either.
That's it.
No excuses. No excuses. I had no ride to work for over 10 years.
Yeah.
And I built my stores.
No doubt.
I rode a bike. I rollerbladed. I got my bike stolen. I had to ride from Selden to Rocky Point, and I got it stolen.
What?
Yeah. I took the bus from Mastic all the way
Dude,
to...
you should have called me. I would have gave you a ride.
This is years ago. Yeah, this is crazy. We were all like together at one time, then separate lanes. Everybody went different.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you stuck on a college growing up, you meet different people. But
life changes.
yeah, man, I got to the store and built Selden with no license for 10 years.
Wow, that's what's up.
Yeah, I had to take a bus, run to the school, take another bus from there to Selden. I would leave at like 5 in the morning. We opened at 6 a.m. to 12 midnight,
Wow.
7 days a week.
Wow.
Like you want to do something different.
Wow. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'll never do it again though.
I commend you. I commend you. But yeah, man, thanks for coming.
Good
man.
time, man.
Appreciate it. I hope you guys all got something from that. All his information is below. You want to reach out to Brad for anything, business, marketing, whatever. He's always accessible. He's a great guy. And that's it, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, man.